Blank Stare Part 2. Chris is Chuck.
All right, Chuck. Thank you very much.
All right. It's Chris, but anyway.
I just did Chris.
And many more.
Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure the kids hear word.
But wait, call within the next 10 minutes and receive a free copy of Kamala's Kooky Cackles. That's right, 6 full hours of ear-piercing cackles that the whole family can enjoy. Here's how to order.
There you go, folks. The gaff reel just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. DJ Wonder Chrissy here for you. It is Thursday, I believe. Days are just going by so quickly here. March 21st, 2024. And this is Migrant Mayhem, and we're going to talk a little bit more about being prepared and maybe some maybe not necessarily cyber attacks, but attacks from within. I don't know if you saw this yesterday. On this channel, we tell people you need to be prepared spiritually, financially, physically, have food and water. Well, this is why. Did you see this come out? This was in Bloomberg. The U.S. is warning of cyber attacks against our drinking water and wastewater systems. How this happens is, as we automate stuff and install parts that allow for automation, electronics, people aren't resetting the passwords, or they're not getting rid of the master password, and every installation that has that part in it now has it on the internet. A lot of these pieces are enabled through the internet. So that's how it happens. And you've got bad actors out here. Let me read you some of this stuff. It's scared the living bejesus out of you, right? This is not good. Not good. Yeah, makes you want to scream. The Biden administration is warning states to be on the guard for cyber attacks against water system. From hackers linked to governments of Iran and China. Gee, didn't we just see probably in the last month or so, we saw large numbers of Chinese and Iranians coming across our border. We just let them in, and now we're giving them housing. We should just give them the passwords. Yeah, really, just give them the passwords, give them a computer. We're giving them a place where they can do all their analysis, and you can use our electricity for free, and they can disable our drinking systems and wastewater systems. So the National Security Advisor wrote in a letter, these attacks have a potential to disrupt the critical lifeline of clean and safe drinking waters, as well as impose significant costs on affected communities. It's going to get worse here. It's going to get worse. They're going to mention an attack that took place, although they're not going to name where, in November. This has already happened. This has already happened. You need to take action. You need to be prepared. You need to have a water supply, a decent water supply available to you. Think about that. Do you have some bottled water in your basement, your garage, wherever? If you didn't have water, clean water to drink, what would you do? Do you have a zero water filter? Do you have a Brita? Do you have a Berkey? Berkeys are like expensive filters. You could literally go to, if you have a water retention area or a pond nearby, with the Berkey, or a river, stream, with the Berkey you could go and you could filter water out of that lake. And you could utilize that as a source of your water. Okay, so I hope you guys have thought about this. And I think most of the people that watch this channel are somewhat prepared, somewhat awake, right? You guys are awake. So let me just awake you guys. In case you're not awake right now, let's let me do our breaking news. That has a tendency to wake people up. There you go. Good morning. It's Thursday. Good morning. Breaking news. Listen, be awake. Pay attention, folks. All right, so we'll go on with this article. I don't want to rant, but I want you guys to be aware what the hell is going on. Okay, federal departments and agencies assess with high confidence, not that just we think, high confidence that actors are pre-positioning themselves to disrupt critical infrastructure operations in event of geopolitical tensions and or military conflicts, the letter said. Do you guys know of any geopolitical tensions going on in the world? They're growing daily. They're growing daily, and if you're not ready, it's your own fault. That's all I have to say. I've said this before. Do not come knocking on my door, because my foodstuffs, my protection, my water, whatever I've amassed as my preparedness efforts, and I spend hours per week thinking about preparedness, going to the grocery store, and when I go to the grocery store, I buy extra food stuff. We were just at Menards yesterday. I just bought 2 cases of water. Okay, that's an ongoing thing that happens on an ongoing basis. So you need to be thinking, right? Common sense thinking, prepared, and you need to watch the news. There are so many people I come in contact with, and some of them are in my family, I know it. They say, well, I don't like to watch the news because it depresses me. Okay, that is thinking from the 80s and 90s and the 2000s, folks. That's fine. You could get away with that during that time. But now, not watching the news will get you potentially killed. Let me say that again. Not watching the news was a fun thing to do in the 80s and 90s. Doing it now puts your life at risk. Potentially puts your life at risk. That's just my point, my stance. You can do what you want. If you don't want to watch the news, that's fine. But you're gonna put your head in the sand. You're not gonna understand what's going on in the world and what the risk is to you. Okay? I mean, there's so much stuff going on. It makes my head spin on a daily basis, and I try to stay awake. I try to stay informed. I try to keep abreast of things. Yes, that's why I watch all those Baywatch episodes, the old Baywatch episodes. Yeah, because I'm trying to keep abreast of things. Okay, so let me finish up with this letter. In late November, an Iranian-backed hacking group attacked Israeli-made digital controls commonly used in water and wastewater industries in the U.S. Let me read that again. In late November, a hacking group attacked controls commonly used in water and wastewater industries in the U.S. That's the United States. That's where I live. I don't know where you guys live. Maybe some of you people are living in outer space. You don't need to know about this, but I live in the United States. I need to be aware of this. Affecting multiple organizations across several states, Bloomberg News previously reported. While the incidents didn't interfere with water quality or supplies, they highlighted contentious talks between the U.S. government and municipal water associations over how best to protect the water supply. Okay? Now, there's other stuff happening, folks. I live in the Chicago area. About 6 weeks ago, we had BP, that's British Petroleum refinery at the base of Lake Michigan in Whiting, Indiana, go offline because something happened to the electrical grid down there. It took 6 weeks for them to get back to producing gasoline. Our gas prices went up 80 cents overnight. We're still at 380, I think. They never said what happened. Okay, I got a feeling that when the grid goes down, it's just not because of something broke. So they're hush about that one. Now let's talk about some of the hospitals. We had at the same week, same time of the month, we had 2 hospitals hit by a cyber attack. One was Lurie's Children's, huge hospital in downtown Chicago that focuses on children, and I think the other one was St. Anthony's, which was maybe a couple miles away from that. Both of them hacked. Lurie's, I don't know where they're at. They were offline with their phone system, their computers, patient portal. Everything was offline and probably still is. I don't know if people have access to their old records or just the new records going forward. It was a mess. They canceled surgeries, all sorts of stuff. So this is happening on an ongoing basis, and it's happening more and more. Okay, watch the news, and this is why you need to watch the news, because you're going to be aware of what is going on. And let me tell you, once it starts happening, the pace quickens, folks. Once the bad actors realize that they can actually do something, they do it more often. Okay, that's what it's all about. So anyone out there that doesn't believe that you need to be prepared, you don't need to be watching this channel. You don't need to be watching this channel because I don't know. This channel's only for the people that want to be prepared. That's all I got to say. If you're not prepared or you're not into being prepared, go watch Puppy Dogs and Kittens or something somewhere else. We're all about being prepared. We're all about information. We're all about being awake here. And how many of these illegal migrants have we let cross the border? I'm here to tell you, probably right now about 8 million. Let me say that again. 8 million. That's with an M. Million people have come into our borders, our nation, and are setting up camp here. Literally setting up camps in our nation. Some of them are okay, right? Some of them have a good reason to be here, according to them, not necessarily to me. But others are bad actors. I think we showed you an interview with one about 2 months ago. A dude in downtown Chicago. He spoke perfect English. He was from Caribbean somewhere, and I think it was Costa Rica. He had a neck tattoo going on, and he didn't seem like he was here for good reasons. He was kind of sly and sleazy. Okay, you just felt it as you watched him on the screen. He just extruded the sleaziness. So I'll see if I can find that, but you can check that one out. So things are getting bad. I'm telling you, compared to the way things were like 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, and now, it's like night and day. No one even thought there would be a hack going on 3.5 years ago, right? We knew it was possible, but there wasn't a lot going on. We had a gasoline pipeline many years ago go down, right? Over in the North Carolina area. I think it was called Continental Pipeline. It went under for a couple of weeks. They're testing us, folks. They are testing us, and the final results are coming in on the test. And now they're going to be playing for keeps, okay? They're here. They've set up camp. And now they're playing for keeps. They can do whatever they want, when they want, how they want. Because a lot of people are not awake. okay? If you're not awake, you can't protect yourself, okay? So I hope that I've comment down below. We got Kimberly here today. Yeah, we got, she's talking about some rappers. I missed that one. I don't know about that. Give us some more details on the rappers in 2019 and 20. Maybe she mistyped. I'm not sure. I got my Born of Osiris hat on here today. I'm not into rap. I'm not into the screaming. The reason I publicized Born of Osiris is I have a family member who's in that band. So I get a lot of free merch. I buy some merch from them. I did a couple of videos where we gave away some merch. I wear their merch every once in a while, and every once in a while people come up to me and say, hey, you're not the typical Born of Osiris looking fan. And I said, yeah, I'm not. And they'll ask me if I listen to the music. I say no. And I'm surprised by the number of Born of Osiris fans there are in the northern Illinois area. Of course, the band's from here. We support them. I'm not sure I don't like their music. It's just, I like lyrics, right? Yeah, when I was a kid, I was a Kiss fan. So I love guitar riffs and loud music, but the screaming thing just doesn't do it for me. Kimberly's, it's too much to put her in, really too dangerous here. Okay. Are you prepared, Kimberly? Were you aware of this potential water cyber attacks, right? So, I'm just trying to make sure you guys are aware of what's going on. And I mean, this came right out of Bloomberg today. Pretty reputable news source, Bloomberg. They wouldn't be lying to us. And I don't think they are. I certainly don't think they are. Kimberly says she's prepared. She's prepared. That's good. That's good. And I'll show you this, too. I just got some more of these. If you're looking for some protection, Vexor, military-grade pepper spray. Get 2 of them for like $15 on Amazon if your state allows you. Now, I know that in the state of New York, they don't allow you guys to even buy this stuff, let alone carry it. So check with your local laws and regulations. But I've had this for several years. I've given it to family members. They probably threw it in a drawer somewhere. I hope that they keep it handy and available so that they can utilize it should they need it. And I make no bones about it. I have an 85-year-old mother who was verbally assaulted in a Kroger's out in the heartland. It wasn't even suburbia, wasn't downtown Chicago. Out in the heartland, the farming communities of Illinois, this little old lady was doing her shopping in a local Kroger's. Granted, she was probably a little too early. She was there like 7:30, 7 o'clock in the morning before they even opened. They don't even have checkouts with the people. All at that time of hour, all they have is the self-check. So she probably put herself in a bad situation, and this gentleman kind of was coming up to her and saying nasty stuff and verbally abusing her. She went to talk to the people that were there at the time, and they didn't want to help her. They were just getting ready to leave for the day. Yeah. So here's Kimberly. She says she had somebody put something to her face. And God kept her safe. Thank God, Kimberly, because you guys that have been watching the channel know we live in Chicago, and there's a lot of that going on. It used to be a rare occurrence. It's now a daily thing. It's a daily thing, and it's spreading into the suburbs. It's spreading into the nice areas of suburban Chicagoland, and even in the city of Chicago, there's many, many cases where the nice areas of town, people have had some bad luck and come across bad encounters. And like I said, like my mother, she was out doing her grocery shopping, but she was out real early. Okay? You need to be aware of what's going on around you, and if you're out early, maybe there's some Looney Tunes out there too with you. So it's best to be in a pack, right? Most people don't do grocery shopping with anyone else. They do it by themselves, which is sometimes a bad thing. But at least you should do it during daylight hours, not early in the morning when stores are just getting rolling and the staff is limited staff. And I'll go on and on and on. I mean, it wasn't her fault, but you need to take steps to be safe, right? You don't want to put yourself in a situation that lends itself to bad things. And here Kimberly's saying that the gas station owner would not call police either. Oh my gosh. Oh, you didn't have your phone, and it happened at we got carjackings that are happening in Chicago at 11 o'clock and noon now. And they're usually people who are well armed. So happen in the suburbs. A lot of videos going on, but it's the unraveling of society is occurring, folks. And I'm just here to tell you that we can't stop it. We can't manage it. It's just happening. It is just happening. So you have to be aware of what's going on. You have to be aware that it's happening and take some preventive measures that you can. You just can't say, oh, well, it's okay. I can't do anything about it. Yeah, you can do something about it, folks. You can do something about it. You can get yourself a stockpile of water. You can get yourself some of this protection spray here. You can get yourself some food and filters, water filters, and you can get yourself. The biggest thing you can do is get yourself a plan. Okay, get yourself a plan. So when that power grid goes down, or your bank is hit by a cyber attack. Or, there's just so many scenarios you need to consider and be prepared for. Get yourself a generator. Make sure you have ways to cook food outside of your house, whether it's a gas grill. Get yourself some extra gas. Connect it up to your gas, your house gas, whatever it is. Get yourself a Jetboil. Get yourself some Coleman camping stoves, whatever it is. Have backup plans for just about everything, folks. And here today we're telling you it's all about water. The water system is under assault. Okay? So I think that's all we got for today. I'm gonna play. We're gonna finish up with the cut that we had coming in here about the White House and the gaff machine, Joe Bergen. Hope you enjoy that. Like you guys. Like, share, subscribe to some Migrant Mayhem Land Cruiser Midwest. Kudos to Kimberly for joining us today and participating. And hope you guys are safe, happy, and healthy, because that's the only way to be.
Blank Stare Part 2. Chris is Chuck.
All right, Chuck. Thank you very much.
All right. It's Chris, but anyway.
I just did Chris.
And many more.
Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night, the phone. Make sure the kids hear word.
But wait, call within the next 10 minutes and receive a free copy of Kamala's Kooky Cackles. That's right, 6 full hours of ear-piercing cackles.